Here's the thing. Everyone knows that driving in the snow sucks, especially when it's really icy outside.
Well, I beg to differ. People in the equator doesn't know. Also, sometimes people in Texas don't know. They're like, huh, what's this white shit? And then, bam! Yeah, let's all stay home.
Still, why do managers just insist on you coming in even when there's a blizzard outside?
Oh, like the really bad ones,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
I've been scared for my life some of the times driving to Little Caesars and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, why? I was like, nobody's gonna want to get pizza.
Right,
And
exactly.
most of the time, I'm right. There's 4 people that show up.
Sometimes I'm like, are you not seeing the same thing that we're seeing? Are you just seeing all grass and dandelions? Because I see white. just all white.
There's people who will order food when there's these huge bad storms and blizzards out to get delivered. And I'm sure there's people who are mad why is there not a bunch of people out delivering food right now? Why do I gotta wait this long?
Okay, if you are getting delivery when there's a blizzard out, you're just a dick.
I didn't want to be the one to say
No,
it, but
it's freaking true. Why would you do that?
It's
why would you put someone else in danger?
I was about to say, if you're not willing to drive, then what makes you think somebody? But then again, I guess at the same time, there's probably people who are like, "Oh, I bet you I can make a killing right now."
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? So,
or die.
or fair.
Sick of managers who try to pressure you into coming in during inclement weather. I worked at Publix for about 3.5 years. Had to call out due to snow maybe 3 times. We got about a foot of snow where I live over the past 48 hours. They don't plow the roads near my house. The snow was basically all the way up to the bumper of my car. That's some high up snow.
Yeah.
Some really high up snow.
Actually, if it's pretty much up to the bumper of your car, unless you have a truck with huge knobby tires, how do you drive through that?
You don't.
Yeah, you gotta.
I think even with the truck, you might have a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
I stood in my living room window this morning and watched 2 other people try to back their car up out of the parking space and couldn't make it over the snow. I also watched multiple cars try to get up my road, make it about halfway, and start sliding or get stuck and have to back all the way back down the road, including an ambulance.
I don't know, this might be a bad time to interject, but this for some reason reminds me of when I used to deliver money.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to send me out anyways in one of these blizzards where they couldn't even keep the snow off the roads.
I think I remember calling you during those times.
It was my 3rd stop and my 3rd time getting stuck in the parking lot.
Dang.
And I was like, I got out through some maneuvering and stuff. But, I called, I was like, we should just call the route today. I was like, they can't get anything shoveled up. And I keep on getting stuck in every parking lot. I was like, I don't see how it's going to change for my next 20 stops.
And then your boss was like, nah, you can do it.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Usually it takes 5 minutes to stop, and it was taking me 40 minutes because I couldn't get in or out of the
stop?
Yeah, because I couldn't get in or out of the parking spot. And he still would not cancel the route.
It's like, what? It's like, why am I here?
Yeah.
The road was basically a sheet of ice. It was still snowing and the temps were not getting above freezing today. It was obvious I was not going into work.
I've been there. I'm not leaving this house. There's nothing nobody can say to make me leave this house.
I remember one time we had 2 days where there was really a really bad snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
We still had to go into work. By the way, I work outside.
That was last year, right?
Yeah, that was last year.
I remember one of those days you called me. I was like, dude, just please don't go to work. I was like, it's so cold out. You can actually get frostbite.
I was actually planning on going to work, but then the good Lord was like, nope, my car doors were frozen shut that day. And I was so happy because it was also my birthday that day.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that too. I was just like, that's messed up.
And then I purposely didn't fix the problem so that the next day they would still be frozen shut. That way I could call in and be like, yeah, I'm not coming in. My car doors are still frozen shut.
It's crazy still to me, I know you said you had like special like chemicals for your water when you clean
Yeah, we
windows and
do.
stuff, but it still blows my mind that they have you go out and clean windows in the winter. Like, okay, I get some of the winter when like there's no snow on the ground or like we have those like weird like 50, 60-degree days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. But like when there's like a foot and a half of snow on the ground or it's like a blizzard, I'm like, why do you need your windows clean? I'm like, why do you need to send people out on this?
They really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I could understand if we're like doing something like snow related, but we don't.
That's actually, maybe that should be the service. Go around and clean the ice off of people's windows.
Don't give them ideas.
Okay, let's be honest. I just didn't want to do it myself.
You want to make me suffer even more?
Well, I mean, you're out there now, so.
Had to be there at 1 p.m., came to a realization about 10 a.m. it wasn't going to happen. I call the store and get put on the phone with the most unfortunate and frustrating person to deal with, our ASM. I tell her flat out I can't get there. She starts trying to pressure me. Well, it's early still. Just give it some more time. Wait and see if they come plow your road, okay? You literally must be in a different state than me because the roads are covered in ice. They're telling people to stay off the roads unless it's an emergency. Like, what? Why can't she just take I can't get there for an answer? I tell her no, they don't plow my road. It isn't going to happen. And even so, I don't feel comfortable driving in this. She literally continues on for several minutes to tell me I have to wait and call back at 1 when I'm supposed to be there. So let me get this straight. I tell you that I can't come in because of the bad weather. You want me to wait and call you at 1 when I'm supposed to be in work at 1?
See, this is why people call and they all use the same generic excuse. I have food poisoning. This is why when this happens, you just call and say, I have food poisoning. I'm puking and shitting my pants. Because then they won't be like, oh, call me at 1 when they clear the roads or you clear your pants.
Yeah, so says you. My boss, on the other hand, from a long time ago, was like, oh, that's no problem. We have bathrooms here.
What? Really?
No.
Oh, I was like, I think it even says like on the, like the federal policy or state policy or something that you're not supposed to be working for like 24 hours after you puke or shit.
Dang.
Well, diarrhea. I said it.
You're so gross.
Mean.
She also told me to try again in a little bit when I said I couldn't get out of my apartment complex. I just wanted to tell her, sure, I'll make you a deal. If you pay me deductible if I crash, I'll try to come in. But no, I told her if anything changes and I'm able to come in, I will call back. But as of right now, I can't get there. Again, she tells me to call back at 1 p.m. That was the end of this conversation.
Sorry, I would like to add more to this conversation, but
You can add more.
I'm distracted with the kitty.